Well, oh man. I'm about to cry. Oh, I'm about to cry. Man. Well, what's going on? Stream. What's going on? YouTube. We are back home. And I don't know how to feel. Well, I'm back home. It is Wednesday night, and what a trip, guys. What a trip that I had. Um, First and foremost, I wanna I wanna thank God. I wanna thank Jesus Christ for keeping me safe, um, keeping me and everybody I was surrounded or who I traveled with safe, um, getting me from to and fro. Um, just want to put that out into the air. And hold on, I gotta fix something here. There we go. I just want to put that out into the air. Uh, Dude, my hair looks so messed up. Um, I want to thank, yeah, like I was saying, I want to thank Jesus for the entire trip I went on. Um, Truly a one of the best. This month alone has probably been one of the best um experiences in my entire life, honestly. I thought 2023 was my best year, um, as far as my summer went, but I have to say definitely this month has uh has a tug on me. So that's number one. I want to thank Jesus for the new experiences I had, uh, the new people I've gotten to meet and make connections with. Also, I want to thank him for allowing me to be able to see people I haven't seen in a while. So that was nice. Um, yeah, just thank him for this trip. Thank him for surrounding me this month with just, you know, believers as well, with in a just healthy environment, having no issues, and it was such a, I guess the way I can explain it is that I what's up, Nessie? The best way I can probably honestly explain it is like, mm, I had it on the tip of my tongue. I guess the best way I can explain it is that this month was definitely for me. Um, oh shoot, let me fix that real quick. That's weird. Anyways, this month was definitely for me, and the things I've got to see and experience and hear, and people I got to meet was just incredible. Um, and honestly, if I can live something out for the rest of my life, it would definitely be the month of July. Definitely be the month of July. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Being able to go on this trip for a whole, uh, being able to go on this trip for a whole basically month away from my house, away from responsibilities and work and just things like that, not having to worry about like finances or just anything like that. Uh, it was a serious blessing from God, serious blessing. And being able to experience that has given me a glimpse of something that I could pursue and experience for the rest of my life, each and every day, as long as I can, as long as the Lord allows me to go full time with something like this. And I know that's been the goal, you know, even when starting up, like just being able to have this experience like this, or just being able to go full time with this and all that. I know that's been the goal. Um, but it's like now I like literally yearn for it. Like I've want it so badly now. I left this month of vacation with such motivation and a drive in me to just grind like I've never grinded before, and um just be better at stuff. Just be better. Like I don't know how to describe it. So where do I start? I can start when for camp. Um for those of you who were at camp, you guys have a glimpse of stuff that happened. For those of you who weren't, tuning back to the other streams, or just you can listen in back on this, but basically We get to camp, and um I'm driving up to camp with Akon, and it was just funny because one of the things we were talking about, we were like, as soon as we were like about to get there, we were like, look, like this year camp, bro, like we're not like we're not messing with like we're not like putting up with anything, like you know what I mean. it was just it was just so funny. um but that being said, I get out the car and I start seeing some new faces and all of that. So then I was a counselor this year, so I'm also scared to death because I didn't know the type of kids I had. So that was something. And then I, got whatever I needed. Um, Went to my cabin, and yo, shout out to brother DJ Williams. Shout out to brother DJ Williams. He hooked me up good. Hold on, let me fix this real quick, chat. Anyways, is that better? I think that's better. That Loki messed some stuff up. Nah, we're good. Um, he hooked me up so good. Dawson, what's up, bro? How we feeling? Um, he hooked me up so good. With my cabin, I walk into the cabin, realize this is literally like the hottest week of camp. This is literally the hottest week of camp, or like the hottest week of the year, I should say. And I walk up in there, bro. It was so cool in there. Like it was like I literally had three. I had three ACs. I literally had three ACs in there. Dawson, thank you for the resubscription, bro. Thank you for the resubscription. I appreciate it, bro. Dawson 185 has been subscribed for 7 months, bro. Thank you for the resubscription, bro. Thank you for your loyalty and just everything you've done for me, bro. I can never forget it. And being one of my good friends, man. Appreciate it, dude. Dawson, number one loyal fan. Um, man. Uh, what was I saying? What was I saying before Dawson distracted me? Uh, uh, and for the bits, thank you for the 3 bits. Thank you for the 3 bits. Uh, let's not do this thing where we start spamming bits now. All right. Um. Anyways, so we I get into my cabin, had three ACs, very cool in there, right? And then I'm getting some stuff together, whatever, and I end up meeting the kids I have. Yo, I literally only had 6 kids. I literally only had 6 kids during that entire week, bro, and they were the coolest. Like they were like I knew about 3 of them. 3 out of the 6 I knew and already had like some sort of relation with. So that was easier for me. Um, 2 of them were new and they were very chill and to themselves. And the one kid I have, oh my gosh. So we called him during the week. We called him Florida Man. Okay, he was very cool. Each new year we had like a new youth speaker or whatever. So the youth speaker actually brought his son. Okay, he brought his son, and I had the honor of having him in my cabin for the week, bro. What a blessing that was, bro. He's one of my good friends now. Um, and he's like one of the coolest people I've met, and like I love that dude to death already, man. He's amazing, just amazing person to talk to, amazing kid to talk to, hang out with, and it was just amazing. So hopefully, I'm literally gonna cry. Like hopefully I can get to talk, with him again sometime in the future. Um, but other than that, that week of camp was just it was amazing. Um, we had like meetings and stuff like that with the counselors since I was a counselor. I was the only counselor. I had my own room. And when I slept that night too, when we slept that night, oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. We slept that night and I literally had to like remove my blanket. Like hottest week of the year. Hottest week of the year. Not remove my blanket. Hottest week of the year. I had to like it was so cold in there. I had to like actually cuddle up in my blanket. But I was so comfortable. Like I never would have thought that sleeping at camp would have actually been comfortable for me, and it was. It was like it was amazing. It was amazing. So shout out to DJ Williams for hooking me up with that. Uh, the another thing is during the week I did have the opportunity obviously to stream that entire month I should say, but during that week of camp I did have the opportunity to stream, and what an amazing experience. I thought I would get a couple Karens. I actually got zero, and everybody actually received it very well. Like people really enjoyed actually knowing that I was doing it and being able to pop into the stream as well and just have fun with it and play along with it as well. So that was pretty cool. So that gave me a good glimpse of, next year as well. Um so the very first night service was great. We had an honoring uh and we also just had a regular service, and crazy stuff was already happening day one. Just some kids acting up and stuff like that. But I feel like you're gonna get that every year now from camp, But that's nothing new. Um, Nevertheless, like that feeling of being at camp again with everybody was so like it was so like amazing, man. It was so amazing. We had a nice service, dressed out the first night because gotta dress to impress. Uh, but uh, ate some canteen. I didn't really stream. I streamed a little bit that day, and then I didn't that night because I was a little bit disorganized. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just make sure I spark up tomorrow. Okay. So then the next day, um, wake up. I went to go eat breakfast, sparked up stream, and then got to talking to some new people. Got to talking with some new people and stuff like that, and uh, had our meeting. And we had service, and more of the story, we had great services, man. It was a little bit camp was a little bit different this year. We had youth camp, like we had a youth service that started at 5 o'clock, and then the adult service, the one regularly in the tabernacle, that was held at 7 o'clock. But at 7 o'clock, the youth were doing tribe wars. So that was fun. But we had ours at 5 o'clock. It was in AC and it was dressed down casual. It was dressed down casual. So that was nice. I think I loved that. I thought like I didn't know how it was gonna be at first, but I did like I think people really did receive it well. I did, I should say. I enjoyed that, and it was just nice, man. It was nice. It was really nice. Um, and then again I met some new people, and they were great to talk to and get to know. And during that week, man, God really moved. God really moved, and He touched a lot of people, and that that week was definitely good. That did, and the reason why I'm really saying that is because, especially what the word that was given to us throughout the week. Um, if there's a couple things I can remember, um, the whole thing when it comes to camp is that everybody is on a high when it's at camp, especially surrounded by a lot of like other like Christ believers, and just you know being in your word pretty much every day while you're there and fellowshipping and all of that. It's amazing. It's a great experience. and everybody's on fire for God. But the moment that we leave camp, that fire is there for like maybe like another day or two, and then it just completely starts to diminish. And so, that has been a recognizable problem, not only for just a lot of other people, but for me as well. And the word that the words that have been given to us have really kind of tackled that problem that we have. So, you know, whoever was preaching, like they were all in tune with the Spirit of God, but whoever was preaching were definitely tackling on that situation and just kind of telling us that the problems, like the problems that we face at home and that we struggle with at home, or the responsibilities or whatever, basically to just lay that at the altar and get that situated with God right now. Like, this is the best week to do that. You know what I mean? So, because people like to, like, and it's fine to, at times to just kind of like put your problems to the side and like, especially when you're trying to enjoy a week. But there's definitely a greater blessing in tackling your situation at the altar with God and giving it to God and just saying that, this is all in your hands, and that there's nothing much that I can do or I have control of. So, God, I give it to you and I pray over this situation. As an example is like, people dealing with certain addictions, back at home that they're not dealing with during camp, since they're surrounded by everybody and, in the presence of God. It was good for them to get up into the altar and, share whatever problems they had with like one of the youth leaders or ministers, and pray over that situation and pray over that addiction that they may have, and get that situated with God, so that when they go back, the whole point of going back is to go back stronger and do the will of God. Um, and that week of camp has that it's supposed to keep you on fire and motivate you to move forward in what God has planned for you. And this that week has just touched me completely. Touched me completely. So that was just, that was camp. We had tribe wars, we had really fun activities going on. Um, and it was just a great opportunity to just serve. And with that being said, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I do very much think that I will try to be a counselor again, um, at camp next year. But I think that not only that, like, if I'm allowed to, I will. Um, but I think not only that, um, potentially, I'm just put it out there, might as well. Potentially, I might have classics help me out in co-counsel, and we will stream that entire experience as well. So I want to tell you guys what my before I get into the rest of what happened after that, which was nationals, which is absolutely insane. I will be talking about that. Okay, I kind of want to tell you guys what the plan is for next year, as far as like this month, like this time, this year, this time again around this year. Um, Basically, it was kind of very hard for me to, um, even though I still had fun, it was kind of very hard for me to do what I wanted to do, and then at the same time, like, have the camera up against with me and stream and show the stream everything that I want to show it. Um, you know what I mean? And being able to have certain interactions with people and things like that. So, with that being said, next year is going to be a lot better. What's going to happen next year is I will have a cameraman for next year. Hopefully, I'm thinking by the end of this year, I can, have the uh, privilege of being able to have a cameraman. Um, but going into next year, Um, I'm gonna want to have a cameraman, especially for that week of camp. So have a cameraman for that, and then what that will allow me to do is as soon as I wake up and I'm fresh and ready to go, my cameraman's ready to go, and then we're streaming the entire day. We literally get to stream the entire day. And the blessing that I have about that is I don't got to worry about the stream or if it's set up right or anything at all. The only thing I like would have to worry about the stream is who's chatting in there, and like just looking at chat and acknowledging whoever's in there, what's being said, and being able to communicate with you guys on stream. So that's the only thing. But the blessing behind that is that I'm literally hands free, which allows me to just basically do what I would do, um, as if the camera wasn't there. Me knowing that the camera is there, but as if the camera wasn't there. So being able to play basketball and you guys like get a great view of that without having the camera set up somewhere and only getting limited like a limited view on a certain space. um my interactions with people, you guys can see every interaction I have with somebody, um as long as they're okay with being on the camera and or they're just inviting themselves in, which is completely fine. Like I want that. um it's not only that, but I think also not only the interactions and I mean it's just interactions, whatever, being involved in with whatever activity or whatever. Like I just don't have to worry about having the camera myself while I'm doing that. And I think that was a really hard thing to do while streaming, and it just feels like I can go about it better. Like it feels like I can go about it better, and it's a little bit, it looks I'm just, and this is what I'm saying in my mind. It looks unprofessional. It looks unprofessional, even though it really isn't, because you got a lot of people who um work the camera themselves. It just looks unprofessional. It's more professional if I have a cameraman with me. Uh, so yeah. So again, that goes with interactions I have, people I talk to, activities that I'm part of. Also, whenever I'm eating, it would just be a lot. It would just be a lot better on me. Like less of a heartache, or heartache, less of a headache, and it would just work out so smooth. And the best thing about it is, I'll probably have my own camera at the time. Probably not this phone, but I'll probably have my own camera for that time, and then I can be able to, or my cameraman can use that. But it would be better quality streams, and it would be with the TVU backpack. It's that backpack and that kit is the most famous streaming kit as far as getting your stream situated and quality and sound and especially connection. So the quality and connection were a big thing in part of streams. I had a lot of good moments most of the time where I had good connection, it was good quality, and then I had a good amount of moments where the it was lagging, connection was not connecting, and it was just absolutely garbage. So that's that. And yeah, I'm just gonna like it's gonna, guys, it's gonna be a lot, it's gonna be better connection. It's just gonna be better connection. Um and so you get better quality streams, and then you can literally watch whatever I experience throughout that time without me turning off the stream at any moment whatsoever. So that's camp. Now, going to nationals, before I even talk about it, going to nationals, we I'm gonna be a coach next year for our experience team for nationals. So with that being said, I'm still gonna leave with the group. Okay, I'm still gonna leave with the group, but it's gonna be a little bit different because I'm not gonna be in the hotel with anybody else or whatever. I'm probably gonna get my own spot unless we get an Airbnb. That's a little bit different. Unless we get an Airbnb, I'm gonna get my own little hotel spot Like if we get a hotel, for example, and my group that I'm with, or whatever church we're representing, and whoever I'm with, I'll get like a room in the same hotel as them, but my own room, my own privacy, for my stream, and most importantly, I'm gonna make sure that we do like a rent a vehicle down there, and have my own transportation, because I wanna be able to, or actually no, I would just probably have my own vehicle, and we drive all the way down there. The reason why it's gonna be like that is more so because I want to be able to do things on my own with my stream and other activities. Um, and for example, like my group may like near the end of the event, they may want to go home early, and I may want to stay. I have my own transportation for that. I'm doing my own thing, yada yada yada. So it's basically it helps me out and it helps them out because I'm not inconveniencing them just because I want to do something. So I'm gonna be doing that, and hopefully I can bring around like 1 to 2 or a good three RTL members with me on the trip. That'd make it a little bit more fun, um, for not only me but the stream. And um, along with that, dang, along with that, um, we got plans to just be involved in everything. So not only Bible quizzing nationals and all that, but next year's a special year because NYC is literally going to be happening next month. So July is going to be each year July that I'm doing streaming. All of July is going to be IRL streaming. I'm probably still going to bring my PC and my setup, but um, all of July is going to literally just going to be IRL streaming, and it's going to be so nice. And NYC is happening next year. Okay, so what I want to do is, um, the goal for my content now is to just absolutely push Jesus Christ like I never have before. So that's gonna be like more Bible study streams and uh more Bible quizzing content as well. And a lot more IRL streams as well. So what's going on, Gregory? What's up, dude? Um, so that's gonna be that, and and the goal is to push it to the point where I can have my own booth. That's what it's called. I can have my own booth at NYC and literally have my own merch and promote all my just promote all my stuff myself. And that's gonna be very nice for me. It's gonna be very nice for me. Um, and just yeah, so July is gonna be one of the highest years each year for every time I'm streaming. So that's why I'm kind of sad. It's coming to an end, or it has come to an end. But the goal is to just be motivated and to just keep going and keep pushing. So, but beside from that, nationals. Okay, this was probably um nationals was probably it was insane. SU next year, me and you, low key. I'm down to apply again. Yeah, I was thinking about not applying, but I'd apply again. I'll apply again. The only reason why I wouldn't go is because that same month it interferes with a lot of other stuff that I'm trying to do. Uh, so my thing is if Streamer University can happen either the first week of July, or you're completely competing for it. Bro, I've been seeing some of your stuff, bro. Keep pushing. If you actually grind out the rest of this year and up until next year, until like next of like until like up until June, I think you got a real shot at it. So you just gotta keep going. I need to see more of your stuff. But as I was saying, yeah, I'm gonna be grinding, bro. I'm literally gonna be grinding. but I need to, like, if Streamer University can happen like the first week of July, and that's something I like am invited into and I can be a part of, then definitely. But any other week or day of July, I probably can't. So if it can happen during that time or June or August, it's an actual definitely I'm going. So that would be perfect. That would literally complete my entire trip of July. Like do that during July and then go on this whole trip or whatever. Like that would be freaking beautiful. Freaking beautiful. Um so trying to think. So we went to nationals, brought up we had a beginner team, we had a junior team, and we had a intermediate team. We do have an experienced team, but they're low key kind of sorry, so there was no point of kind of like having them show up to any of that quizzing low key. But anyways, so we show up to nationals, right? And we have this like it's not an Airbnb, but it's this house you can rent out. So this house has four suites in it. So four families were able to stay in each suite. So I stood with one of the families that we had went on the trip with, and I had my own room, which was pretty nice. So then, literally, where this nationals was taking place at was in Branson, Missouri, and it's a beautiful area. And where the quizzing was taking place and everything, as far as nationals for beginners and juniors, was at this place called Chateau on the Lake. Bro, it was like I gotta show you guys. This junk was um it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. Can I look at images? This place had me crying, I'm not gonna lie. This place literally had me crying. Hold on. Let me exit that. Yeah, this place had me dead, like crying. Yeah, this where is it? Is that? No, no, that's literally a picture of it. Yeah, bro. This is literally what it looked like. This was probably one of the like most beautiful like areas I've ever been to in my entire life. It was nice, man. It was nice. We uh we would get up into the parking lot up around here, and then it had the entire lake and everything. It was just like you couldn't complain about it. This is one of the like best areas I've ever went to. And then the hotel rooms in there. So we didn't get a so there's so this the Chateau is a hotel. So it's a hotel and it's on the lake literally, and they have rooms in there, but it's just that we didn't do that. We got something else because apparently these were insanely expensive. So but if we ever did do something like this again, like I would literally like I would get a place in there. I would really get a place in there. Um anyways, this is what it looks like inside. Freaking like just extra just beautiful. Like you have this and it you know what it reminded me of when I went in? It reminded me of Infinity Castle from Demon Slayer. Fun fact. Anyways, yeah, so these are all the rooms, and then like this just looks like the Garden of Eden. But like this is what it looked like, and then they had this and all that. So you guys are probably wondering, how do you have quizzing inside of this hotel? Well, they had really big conference rooms, or like a really big like just a very big conference area. And so then they would like block off the walls, and then you would have quizzing in there. um so that's literally what it was. And it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Like you literally can't complain about it. So yeah, and then We didn't get to do it, but they had a pool there. Apparently, they had a basketball court there. Nobody decided to tell me about that. I would have started cooking up in there, but so we get there, and is it? I think it's one of these two. I don't know. This place just looks absolutely like amazing. Um, Anywho, so we get there, and um, our beginners were one of the first ones to quiz, and there were about 93 teams for beginners that have qualified for nationals, and there were about 70 something 73 for juniors. Okay, our juniors lost their first quiz. Okay, that that freaking sucked. And then our beginners also lost. They lost to a team from Wisconsin, and it wasn't even like, okay, it wasn't even like they literally lost to them because like the other team was like buzzing in crazy or anything like that. It was literally because we were beating ourselves. We were getting unnecessary fouls, and we were being way too quick to the buzzer than what we needed to be. So we beat ourselves on that, and I think the pressure got to all of us that week. So they had about 2 days to just chill and to just be away from quizzing and just relax and go enjoy freaking life outside of quizzing and be a part of some things. So that was honestly that was honestly great. And then what ended up happening was we got to experience some new things. I went rock climbing. That was great. I did some rock climbing and zip lining at this one area, so that was a fun experience. Got to meet some of my friends uh, at quizzing as well. So it was nice. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. Anywho, so the next time we end up quizzing, our juniors win two quizzes and then they lose, so they get eliminated before they can even get placed for a trophy. They did hit top 20, if I'm not mistaken. And then our beginners, I think they won two quizzes or one. I think it was two quizzes. Anyways, our beginners, man, let me tell y'all something. I don't know what got into them, but they started cooking the entire loser bracket. They were cooking everybody in the entire loser bracket. They were one of the first teams out, okay? In order to make it to the next day, they would have to win, what would it be? No, so the beginners lost, okay, and then they won a quiz, okay, on the first day. Um, so they were like 1-1. The very next day, though, insane. Very next day, they ended up winning 7 straight quizzes. They ended up, no. Yeah, it was 7. We won. We went 2-1 the first day. They ended up winning 7 straight quizzes, and it was insane the run they had. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna dox her, but I literally have to. We have a girl on that team. Her name is Sally Tipton. Yo, never have I seen a quizzer at her age put the fear of God into these people. Like, she had every team she went up against, she had their star quizzer crying and literally begging, begging to get off that quiz table. They did not want to quiz her. They wanted nothing to do with her. They wanted nothing to do with her. She was just going like insane. Like, I wish I could show you guys, but she was absolutely just going crazy. And it just amazed me. It was just I had no words for it. I literally had no words for it. So oh wait, I can't show you guys some stuff. I posted some stuff. I will say that I posted some stuff. I will say. Yeah, I didn't get to post everything. So here, I'll show you guys what I had. experienced. So we uh we went to Bucky's. The first time I've ever been at a Bucky's. Okay, we went past Lucas Oil Stadium. Okay, went to a Bucky's. Man, dang it! I wonder if I can show like. I wonder if I can like show like my photos, because my photos would be a lot better. My photos will show a lot more. Here, maybe I can. You know what I can probably do? Maybe I can probably connect this. I can probably connect this. I wonder if it'll show everything on here. I'm not gonna lie, I don't. Yeah, I don't think it will. It's not going to. That was one of the most cringiest videos I've ever put out in my entire life. Yeah, guys, some of the stuff I got to experience was insane, bro. Maybe it's, maybe it's this. I think it's this. There we go. Um, so it's that. Okay. Hopefully it can sync so that I can show you guys what I was doing. Sync. Sync. Not now. Not now. Not now. Finish setup. Initializing iCloud photos. I hope it didn't run out. I think it's backed up. I think. Yeah, they're uploading right now. Whoa. Yo, you looked at the game oh shoot, no I didn't. Hold on, let me look at it real quick. Dang, there's a lot of people I have to respond to. I'm acting all Hollywood when I'm not. You said. Oh, that's what it's called. Let me look at it. Guys, there is a lot of solo game options that I can play. People waited 5 years for this game. Tides of Tomorrow. On PlayStation. This was a year ago. Oh, it's multiplayer. Let's look at the trailer. There we go. Here's a better one. This was released by PlayStation themselves. Nah, not really multiplayer. What do you mean?
You're still alive!
Okay, first of all, this junk is completely acting up right now. There we go. Okay, anyways.
You're still alive!
Me and Plastic, we're old friends.
Alright, I'm gonna put
I'll be dead soon anyway.
This is freaking loud in my ear.
Sorry, we killed the world.
There we go.
We created this problem. We cannot fix it.
But you Tidewalkers are a light of hope.
There isn't enough for everyone.
Okay, we have to replay all that because I'm trying to switch this stuff. Okay.
We created this problem. We cannot fix it.
But you Tidewalkers are a light of hope.
There isn't enough for everyone.
Will you leave for other players?
Nye introduced me to one of you Tidewalkers, yesterday.
Your friend was a real star.
That bastard up next against me.
My last assistant was something of an eco-warrior.
Read it, you fool!
What about you, Tidy? What do you believe in?
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. So you basically you can play the same game like as somebody, or like the same story like with like as somebody else. I see what they're doing. I just don't know how to explain it. Basically, another player or friend can be playing in the same story as you. Is that why you told me to use your code? What will you leave for this world?
Ayla, I want you to learn.
If you kill the world for me, I'll never forgive you.
You'll die for this.
Mind your head!
Shit, no!
Careful! Believe and you will be saved! This is utter madness! Come back to us!
This looks interesting.
So, where do we start?
Is it on
If you
PC?
trust mankind, what's left of it at least, work together, rebuild.
Bro, this looks like a chill game I could low-key like play. Your version of the story is based on how the person you are following played the story. Yes, that's why I said you said. Oh, okay, bet. So you played the whole game already? Save the planet or save yourself. It's a lot like Road 96, like I said. Oh, okay. I want to see if it's on. I want to see if it's on PC, because if it's on PC, I can look. You try to set up a day where I can try to play that. Maybe this weekend. Tides I don't think it's on here. Yeah, dang, it's not on PC. It's only on PlayStation. No, like half of it. Okay. Dang. You know what sucks? I just sold my my PlayStation like a month and a half ago. Dang, this would have been a fun game. No, it's fine. I'm gonna get a PlayStation here soon again, and this will be one of the first games I play. That's fine. I have it in my list. I have it in my list. So I think I'm gonna play a lot of like. No, it's not. I just checked. Hold on. Let me just. Oh, it is on Steam. Oh, it is. Never mind. I guess I was just looking in the wrong area. Cool. $30. Dang, why is it $30? Yeah, it's whatever. I'll put it in my wish list. Yeah, this game PON has was been supposed to come out. Okay, yeah. Nah, it's fine. I'll buy it. I'll buy it and I'll play it sometime. I'll make sure to do that. Um, Listen, guys, there's a lot of games that I've saved on my Instagram that I've seen other people play. It's a lot of solo like chill games that I want to try out for stream. So it's gonna be like we're gonna play a lot of like story games that you guys would I think you guys would really be interested in. Anyways, did that thing besides from that, did that thing let's see. Please tell me no, a lot of my stuff hasn't been saved. Yeah. Dang, that sucks. I have a lot of stuff on here. Man, I did all of that for nothing, I'm not gonna lie. Um, Dude, Dawson, I can't wait till you guys come back, man. Cannot wait to just hang with you guys and stuff. Oh yeah, the next Extreme University is happening in Europe. Um, anyway, so as I was saying, though I can't show you everything, more of the story, we got fourth place. And let me see. I keep having to like get a code from this, and this is like very annoying. Anyway, so yeah, our beginners did really well. They won 7 straight quizzes, and it was honestly such a great journey for them. They ended up, automatically being, if they lost for the next day, it didn't matter. They were gonna get fourth place, which they ended up losing down to the last question, unfortunately, and they could have gone farther and all of that, but nevertheless, great, really great for them. Juniors did pretty solid. And then going into intermediate and experience week, we went to this convention center where everything was being held, and it was really nice. And it was just a blessing to be able to see everybody and the new quiz director and all that. And a whole bunch of quizzing was going on. So that was honestly amazing. Oh, I can show you guys some pictures from my Instagram post at least. I don't know if I have like the it in me to literally talk about every single thing that we did. But this was camp. I only took one picture. Went to Bucky's. Okay, I've never actually went to a Bucky's in my entire life. So went up in there, and it was honestly like, bro, the best part was not even their sandwiches or anything, the bathroom. Bro, the amount of privacy I get in the bathroom and all that, and bro, their bathrooms are lit, bro. It makes me feel so comfortable to just walk up in there and use the bathroom. So that was nice. And then that was Lucas Oil Stadium. We got to see Lucas Oil Stadium and be a part of everything within that, or not be a part of. I don't know what I'm talking about. We got to pass by Lucas Oil Stadium where Congress is usually held. Um, so that's nice. Um, and then we got to see the Ark in Missouri as well, the famous Ark. And apparently, there's actually like a ride that you can take, like an elevator somewhere you can go up to the top. And I think that's where you can see those windows. Like you can barely see it, but there's like windows right here, and get a nice view. Do I trust going on that? No, but we will do it sometime. Why not? Um. So, oh, bro, let me tell you all about this dish I had. It was like, it was ribs with this moist, beautiful like baked bread, and it was like there was like just juiced up like corn with coleslaw. Oh my gosh, one of the best meals I've had ever in my entire life. Like I love like that was one of the best meals I had in my entire life. I like now I know where to. Yeah, it was in St. Louis, Missouri. Now I know where to go. Like next time I want to go out or something like that, go to this place and get something good to eat. Um, that was one of the areas we went to. So that was nice. There's a little outlet right here with right next to the St. Louis Cardinals Stadium. And honestly, bro, literally if you wanted to, you could literally sit right out here and watch the game. Like you can see some of it, honestly. I wonder if there's like any like buildings that people live at. Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think there's any way you can see the game from above there. Maybe, but this outlet was pretty nice. Um, I had that the next day. Had this donut. Um, I like the cream. They didn't go overload with it. I really like this red stuff on it too. Um, the donut being glazed and everything. That was nice. Coffee, okay. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. I'm not a huge coffee fan, but I did try some of this out and this was pretty good. It's like a strawberry like I like a lot of strawberry stuff. I don't know why. Um this was the Chateau on the Lake. Um one of the pictures I took. This was the night service that we had that one of those Fridays. Um so had a night service and you know what I didn't you know what I don't do that I need to do next time? I need to take pictures with people. I need to literally take pictures with people. I see everybody else's posts and they have pictures with a whole bunch of other people. I keep forgetting to do that. I need to get pictures, bro. I need to get pictures with other people. So if I didn't take a picture with you, I apologize. But that was one of the nice services that we had before quizzing. So that was pretty cool. Um that was like the lake that we had went on or that we were part of. This was after the service. So and then this was an outlet that we went to. Okay, bro, I tried out this place, right? It was called Paula Dean's. It's never heard of it, but it's like a Southern family restaurant. Low key, it wasn't too bad. There's just like that's just not. I don't think that's just not the place I would like. Maybe I would go to like with a whole entire family or something like that. But like, it's like food that like that would be made at home that you would eat. You know what I mean? So I mean, that was nice. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Like I didn't dislike it. I liked the food that I ate. It's just very limited options on the stuff I kind of wanted to eat. So it wasn't too bad. But yeah, so we went to this outlet right here, and this outlet was really nice, really nice. Oh, and this was me rock climbing. Hello, Talking Tom. Hello, Akon. Um, we went on this rock climbing and this was really nice. This was where we had like zip lines and stuff like that. So, and bro, what really ticked me off is the lady didn't tell me about that there was a button that that you had to press up there. I didn't know that. I went up this stunt pretty quickly, but they didn't tell me about the button I had to press. I had to press that button, and I thought I went all the way up when I did that, and I guess I didn't. So that was pretty cool. This was inside the Chateau of the Lake, Chateau Lake or whatever. This was the inside. It was pretty nice. Like I said, it feels like it looked like Infinity Castle a little bit when I went in there, which was kind of crazy. Um, but yeah, it was pretty nice. Chateau, it was like Infinity Castle with the Garden of Eden combined. That's literally what it looked like. This is our juniors when they faced one of the best teams in the country, that being Florida 7. We ended up beating them, so that was pretty insane to me. Um, this was just me, taking a picture right next to my Corvette. Um, so just had to get a couple flicks in. And we went to Olive Garden after a long day of quizzing. Celebrated. We were still in it. Went to Olive Garden. Okay. I had crispy chicken Alfredo, one of my favorite dishes to get, especially at an Olive Garden, um, at an Italian restaurant. So I love chicken Alfredo. Um, so that was that. This was our quiz team that placed fourth. Um, we got Jeremy, Ariana, JJ, and then the star of the freaking team, Sally Tipton. She was just phenomenal. She was insane. She was really insane and phenomenal. So it was great to see them win fourth place out of 90 something teams. fourth place in the country. No, no, no. You can't even say country, right? Because there's no other Bible quizzing thing like this in the world. So you can literally say fourth place in the entire world, like fourth in the entire like Earth. Like that's insane. The fourth best team in the world. So that was ooh, I dropped that freaking sucks. I dropped one of the most important pieces to my earbuds. That's fine. Um anyway, so yeah. That was that. Oh, this was them. I don't like it. Hear any audio. Oh well, I don't have it in my headphones. I do have it in my headphones. Anyways, yeah, so that was them going up to receive their trophy. That was nice. This was such a beautiful moment. Loved it. Loved it to the core. Great. Oh yeah, try to burger there as well. Oh, I went to Whataburger for the first time. Whataburger was really good. So, it was like it was weird cuz it's kind of like a combination of like McDonald's and Burger King combined, but it's like better. So, their stuff was a little pricey, but it cost a pretty penny, but it was definitely worth it. So, oh, that was pretty much it from all of that. And then I have a whole bunch of other photos I have to show. Um, so again, just a great experience for me. Um, Something that I won't forget. But anyways, so then our intermediate team, we won 2-0, beat two teams. We beat Washington 2, and then we beat a team from we beat a team from Washington, and then we beat a team from Florida. Um, so went 2-0 for that day, and then the next day we just lost to a team that we shouldn't have lost to. It was just a bad like day of quizzing for Pennsylvania entirely because one of our other PA teams that are really good got completely destroyed by Indiana. So we were kind of confused on like what was going on with that. But and I think I know what that exact Indiana team because I've seen them quiz before on last nationals that I saw on YouTube. But um I will say I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Depends on if I'm tired or not. If not tomorrow, Friday. Friday I'm gonna be doing a complete reaction overview to the last few matches and finals for intermediate and for experienced. So I will be doing that. But that was nice. And then we ended up losing the next day to a team that we've beaten twice throughout the year, which is crazy. We ended up losing the next day to a team called Imesville. And they're a really solid team, but we were better. We were better and we lost down to the last question, unfortunately, but things happen. Things happen. Um so uh Yeah, so then out of 73 teams for intermediate, we got 17th place, so we didn't get a trophy. We needed to win two games in order to get place. So, but there was other teams that we were rooting for that we were friends with that did really good too, and they got place, so that was nice. Like New Jersey, Delaware, shout out to them. I think they got ninth place in the tournament. Um, so that was really good for them. Uh, yeah, that was that was that. And then what the other frustrating thing was that there was two teams that we would have faced if we would have beaten Imesville that would have been less harder competition, a little bit more easier on us, and even our star quizzer knew that in league. We were so confident. So, and there's proof of that because I can actually show you guys what the matrix look like if it's up. I know that they said that they were shutting it down. Oh no, it's still up here. So this is what it was. This is what it was for the intermediate. 73 teams. So here's what's the bracket. Here's like the bracket, okay? Actually, I can put this up here. So this was the bracket. Where were we? We were PA2. We beat Washington 2, 125 to 60. Then we beat Florida 1 to the last question, 155 to 140. We lost to Louisiana 1. Both star quizzers fouled out. Okay. Mary King only had 5 points, our star quizzer. And Owen Hodder had 25, right? If Elam, he buzzed in on the last question. This was to win it. He interrupted perfectly and everything. It's just he had to go back and say a word, and he didn't. So we got that wrong. If we would have won that, we would have ended up facing. That's funny. We would have ended up facing the team that won the championship. Wisconsin won, and they're pretty good. Um, so we ended up coming down. Where were we? We were down here, lost to the last question. But look what Inesville did. Beat Western 1, okay? Beat Western 1, killed Georgia 1, okay? Georgia 1. I'm not going to lie. This is no like I hope I'm not offending anyone when I say this. Georgia 1 had no business being there. Let's see what they had. They had they had the easiest path. They had the easiest path. They had no business whatsoever. No business whatsoever being that far. Who they faced? They faced Orlando. Am I getting that right? Is that Orlando? Orlando won -5 points and 50 points. And then they ended up facing Wisconsin 3 -10, 0. Like they didn't even do any. They didn't even do anything. They didn't even do anything. They beat Florida 4 easily. Like, oh, that's my boy Josiah. Oh my gosh, that's my boy Florida man. That's what I was telling you guys. They beat them, bro. They had a lucky path, bro. Their only somewhat competition was Florida 4. Other than that, then they had Wisconsin 2, and then they got freaking cooked. They got freaking cooked, and then they got cooked down here, and they got automatically in what they got automatically placed. They were placed ninth. They had the easiest path in the tournament. They had no business being here. I'm telling you what though, if we would have won, we would have beat Western 1, we would have beat Georgia 1, we would have beat LA as well. They lost Indiana, I think, on the last question, which sucks. So I'm still got top 5. We would have beaten Indiana. I think we would have beaten Wisconsin too. We would have beaten Wisconsin too. We definitely would have beaten Colorado 1. Let me see where Colorado 1 was this entire time. I think they had an easy path in the tournament as well. Let me see. They had Louisiana 4. Okay, that was easy for them. Texas 3. That was easy for them. This game was easy for them. Okay, they beat Jack Masters in the Louisiana 2, but they are a beatable team. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, they beat Indiana down bad. Okay, then they lost to Wisconsin 1. Wisconsin 1. They went on a run. Olivia Wall and Isabella Wall, they went on a run, bro. And then down here, obviously they were automatically placed for third, placed for a trophy, lost to Wisconsin too, and then Wisconsin too beat them. They beat them here, and once here's the trend that I realized. Okay, what I realized when it comes to like championship games. Okay, if you're a team undefeated team, right, and you lose to a team, no matter if it was close or if it wasn't, whatever. Okay, if you lose to a team, right, in the first game, okay, you're losing the next one. You're losing the next one. Because you can't, because you were so comfortable with that game. Now you have to get out of your comfort zone. You haven't quizzed in eons. You know what I mean? You haven't felt the same pressure in a little bit during the tournament. Like, it was just insane. I want to see where our quizzer fell here. Elam King tied for 17th, so Mary's on here somewhere. Michael All got 4th. Oh, Mary King also tied for 17th. So she didn't get top 5 for that, which sucks. But anyways, so yeah, so this is what like the bracket looked like. A lot of teams here. A team that did really well was New Jersey Delaware. They lost their first match, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they lost to Jack Masters. Yep, lost to Jack Masters. And my friend, big good friend Daniel Lanciano is quizzing. And I don't know what got into them, but they beat Washington 2. They went on to beat Missouri 3, then went on to beat Arizona 2. Okay. So they moved on to Monday afternoon. They beat Missouri 1, which was insane by 10 points. Insane to me because Missouri 1 is a great team. Then, then, then they beat PA 1 in Tiana. They beat PA 1 against Tiana. That's crazy. That was crazy to me. Tiana had 160 points and they lost. They lost. It was crazy to me. Addison Hitt is a great quizzer, by the way, too. And Daniel Lanciano knows how to pick up on the rereads and everything else. Then they beat Virginia 1. This was more of surprise than this. This was a surprise. This was a big surprise right here. Okay. They beat Simone, bro. For those of you who don't know Simone, she is an outstanding quizzer, bro. She is like I saw her quiz before at Extravaganza and a couple other tournaments, just dominated. Just dominated. Straight dominated. One of the best in the country, okay? And they lost. And that was insane to me. And I think I don't even know what, like, I don't even want to say she had a bad quiz because she really didn't. It was just like, I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it. They beat them though. They beat them though. One of the best teams in the tournament beat them. Okay. Then they ended up losing to the same team that they lost to first, which was Louisiana 2. But they placed for a trophy, which was nice. So, um, so that was pretty good for them. So basically, let me see. I want to look back at Virginia 1. Okay. Virginia 1 had like their first match was literally the toughest one. They lost to Florida 7. Okay, and Florida 7 is one of the best teams. Their best quizzer was Maya Murrow. It was an insane quiz. Simone lost to her, and then they lost to the team that won the championship, that won the first round, which was Wisconsin 1, which I thought that was like pretty insane. So my question is, where did Florida 7 fall? I don't even know where they fell to because a lot of Florida teams fell. Um, okay, here's 4-7. They beat Indiana 3. They lost that you see, this was such a weird tournament. They lost to Kentucky. They lost to Kentucky. And she just had a bad quiz too. And then Kentucky lost to no, Kentucky beat them, but they lost to Florida 6. Like what? Then Florida 6 beat LA 5. And then it was just a weird tournament because one of the best like heavy hitters of just the tournaments and stuff were just going down. And that was just insane to me. So, and congrats to Wisconsin for winning that. Isabella Waugh, Jack Henderson, Simone. So this was the all tournament team right here for that. So, is Cassidy on there? She's actually not, which is surprising to me. But yeah, this was all of it right here. And then if you move on to the experience, man, 63 teams? 63 teams. Still insane. I don't know who this kid is from Florida 1. Let me just see. Yeah, Walker Gromowski. Okay. Walker Gromowski is one of the greatest quizzers I've ever seen of all time. Walker Gromowski is insane. Okay. And we're going to look at his stuff in one of these upcoming streams. Um, so you have Jared Mowdy still in the top 5 as expected. And I thought Jared Mowdy was the best. I don't know what I thought Jared Mowdy was the best. No, it's this kid Walker Gromowski. Freaking insane. Like he's dummy good. Like, let me see. First of all, shout out to PA making it all the way and getting placed for a trophy. Um, they beat New York Metro, which was surprising. Beat Colorado 1, good team. Beat Louisiana 1, and then ended up losing to Arkansas 1, and then they got 7th place. So which and out of 63 teams, that's great. They lost to Ohio. Ohio lost to 4-5. 4-5 beat them. 4-5 beat Virginia 1. So it was Florida 1 against Florida 5, and then Wisconsin 1 versus Wisconsin 2. I need to look at Florida. I need to look at Florida for a second. I need to look at Florida 1 because Florida 1, like I never in my days have I seen. Okay, 170 to 65. Okay, Walker Gromowski 110 points, insane. Then they went against Oklahoma. Okay, 185 to 30. Walker Gromowski 110 points, insane. Okay, they went up against Mississippi 160 to 70. Walker Gromowski 120 points, insane. Florida 1 up against Texas 1. They beat them 200 to 55. Walker Gromowski 160 points. Insane. Okay? Then they went up against Arkansas 1, which that seemed to be a close quiz. Okay? Walker Gromowski 85 points. Okay? Then Florida 1 against Virginia 1. Okay? Where I'm thinking, okay, like Virginia 1 is going to win because they have Jared Mowdy. They have Jared Mowdy, but Florida has Walker Gromowski at 140 points, which is insane, and kept Jared at freaking 50. So that's just insane to me. And then you come down here, and they only had to face once, and Walker Gromowski 120 points and beat Florida 5. Florida 5 bad. They beat Florida 5 bad, 190 to negative 20. Negative 20? Yeah, negative 25. So Walker Gromowski has to be one of the craziest quizzers like I've ever seen in my entire life. When I was watching that quiz online, I almost cried. I almost cried. Okay, I literally almost cried. Now you guys are probably wondering, is this Walker Gromowski, okay, better than me? It's an obvious answer, and the answer is no. I'm going to explain why, okay? You see, when it comes to quizzing, right? First of all, I never heard of a nationals. So that's not fair to me, right? You guys can say, "Oh, you never went to nationals." I never went to a nationals. So it's that's not that's not fair to me. That's number 1. Um Number 2, over time I really got to I had a lot better coaches and a lot more learning and training that I have when I wasn't a quizzer than when I was a quizzer. So seeing how everybody else quiz and all that, I replicated that type of quizzing to myself, and I'm able to practice up against um my other quizzers and stuff like that, and absolutely demolish them without even knowing the material a lot of times. So during this year, I'm gonna learn all of Psalms. So I'm gonna tell you guys what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna learn all of Psalms, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try out what's that thing called? Bayou Blast. Um by I'm gonna go try out Bayou Blast, and I'm gonna completely decimate everybody. Okay, I strongly believe that if I study all my material and everything like that, my next year I'll be the greatest quizzer of all time. Okay, and I really can't show for it other than Bayou Blast, which is pretty unfortunate. Because that's the only tournament where I can get to show out and hone on to my skills and the blessing of learning the scriptures. But that's that. That's just that. So that's quizzing for you guys. That's what happened at nationals. Um, so that was pretty much that. And Akon, I do see this Dubai chocolate kind of bust. Number 3, yes, I totally agree. Akon, Dubai chocolate does bust. Gotcha. Um. Anyway, so the goal is, guys, is that next year is gonna be a lot better. We have Bayou Blast, Camp, Nationals, NAYC. Um, those 4 things, big things happening during summer that I want to IRL stream. So, that would be nice. And streaming is gonna be a lot better. So here's the goal, guys. Here's the goal. I am gonna end stream tonight a little bit early. I'm gonna start doing that a little bit more often. Um, I'm probably gonna keep it at a max 3-hour streams or whatever, depending on what I'm doing. But here's the goal, guys. We're gonna start having a lot more Bible study streams. So that means me personally getting into the Word more, so that I can do that for you guys. We're gonna have a lot more Bible study streams, and a lot more IRL content, I should say. And we're just gonna work our way up from there. We're gonna start working out. I'm gonna get into martial arts here soon as well. That I wanted to do that as well. And you know, my prayer is that within each stream that I do as far as Bible studies and stuff like that, and we're gonna do a lot of like solo games as well. Like whenever we play video games, it's either gonna be solo games, um, like solo chill games that we can complete in a day, or I'm either gonna do a group game with the guys, and that would probably be it. And then most of it is again IRL streaming or just Bible talk and Bible studies. And then we're gonna have other people here on stream for Bible studies as well. Um, and no more Fortnite. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, we're kind of gonna cut back on Fortnite. Um, so if I do gaming streams, it's gonna be here and there. It's not gonna be all the time because most of my streams now are gonna be IRL. So when I'm doing trips or stuff like that, and or it's gonna be Bible study streams. And it's gonna be very well organized and put together for you guys. And I am happy to say, I'm happy to say that I have really put together a really good plan for myself to expand on views and expand on getting my content out there more. So I will warn you guys in a good way that we are gonna grow a good community here pretty fast. So, you guys got to stay tuned for that. And I am happy to say and happy to hint that as far as Bible quizzing goes, I will be starting pretty year soon a certain podcast with a good um man of God and leader of mine in my church that has to do with Bible quizzing. It's going to be a big podcast. It's going to be great. I'm going to put it all over social media and stuff like that. As far as the title of it, the name of it, can't tell you guys, but this podcast, we're going to be live streaming it and then it will be posted onto YouTube. Um and it's going to be great. It's going to be funny. It's going to be not only educational, it's going to be educational, it's going to be funny, and it's going to be like a lot of conversation and going over stuff, and again, just funny. Like, it's going to be great. We're going to have it in a specific room. It's going to be very professional, so I'm setting it up, and it's going to be great, guys. It's honestly going to be great. So, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to pushing my content a lot more out there. As far as everything that I did for the month of July, I'm gonna be in the process of starting to clip a whole bunch of stuff day by day as I go about most of my experiences. So I have that out there for you guys, and yeah, that's gonna be that's what it's gonna be, and then it's gonna be Bible content, and we're gonna push that to the core, and we're gonna get thousands of views each videos and stuff like that, and we're gonna get more followers. We're gonna get a bigger community. That's the point. A bigger community that has their eyes fixated on Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? So, um, I don't do things by my own will, but by the will of the Father, and that's how things are. It's to glorify Him. It's to push His name out there in a very unique way. And yeah, man, this is gonna, this is the type of stuff that's gonna be able to touch somebody and save their soul. So it's very important that, you guys continue to tune in and you guys continue to support. And I appreciate all of you guys that do that. And so we're gonna keep grinding, and it's gonna come quick. The stuff that I have planned that I haven't even told you guys, we're gonna start doing that here pretty shortly. And we're gonna be growing. We're gonna be growing fast, and then I'm gonna have a whole entire, like, hopefully I have a good enough, like, we have a big enough audience where next year just is the year it pops off, guys. The year pops off, starting in January and just going from there, guys. And it's just gonna be a great year. We're gonna have everything planned out as far as what we're doing, and I'm hoping, guys. The hope is still that by near the end of this year that we can there is a blessing behind this, that I'm able to go full time and do everything that I want to be able to do with this. So that's going full time. And within that, I am currently working on certain outlets and skills for me to be able to do that. So with that being said, as far as my next stream, I don't exactly know if I'll be streaming tomorrow. If I do stream tomorrow, it'll be late at night because I got some plans going on. But definitely we will be streaming during the weekend. So stay tuned for that, guys. Stay tuned for the Bible study streams that we're gonna start sparking up here soon. And with that being said, I appreciate you guys tuning into the stream, tuning into the Yap session, my goals. Again, I appreciate your support, and this is all to glorify God. This is all to get Jesus out there and to just have fun with it. And to just have fun. So that's all. With that being said, love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I'll see you guys in the next one.